फ्रेंड्स, सबसे पहले हम ईडियम्स पढ़ेंगे, उसके बाद उसके लिए सेंटेंस पढ़ेंगे और उसके बाद सबसे जो बेस्ट ऑप्शन होता है इस ईडियम के लिए जो हमें ऑप्शन मिलता है एग्ज़ाम में वो पढ़ेंगे। ठीक है, तो मैं बार बार नहीं बोलूँगा इस चीज़ को। सबसे पहले मैं ईडियम, फिर सेंटेंस और फिर बेस्ट ऑप्शन। ठीक है, तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। हम 100 ईडियम्स पढ़ेंगे और मैंने इसकी सीरीज़ स्टार्ट कर रखी है, तो बाकी की सीरीज़ भी आप देख लीजिएगा। ठीक है, चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। By leaps and bounds, rapidly, very quickly, India is progressing by leaps and bounds. The best option is at a rapid pace. Next, lying off an act of making people unemployed because there is no more work left for them to do. To stop employing, the automobile factory laid 500 people off from work. The best option is dismissal from job off. Take thee at thy word. Believe someone truly. I told my friend, I take thee at thy word. The best option is truly believe you. Lay out to spend money. Fork out. The rich couple laid out a fortune on jewelry for the wedding. The best option is spend. The next is to go the whole hog. To do something thoroughly or completely. It was going to cost as much to repair my fridge, so I thought I would go the whole hog and buy a new one. The best option is to do it completely. The next is bad blood, means feelings of hatred or strong dislike. There is no bad blood between us. The best option is angry feeling. Next, a good Samaritan means a person who gives help and sympathy to people who need it. He is such a good Samaritan. He goes shopping for his granny when she is ill. The best option is a helpful person. Next, set the record straight means to give people the correct information about something in order to make it clear that what they previously believed was in fact wrong. The manager told that Rahul was to blame, but he soon set the record straight. The best option is give a correct account. The next is close save, means a situation in which you only just manage to avoid an accident, etc. The car passed so close to us, it was really a close save. The best option is narrow escape. The next is fits and starts, means irregularly. A sincere student works regularly, not by fits and starts. The best option is not regularly. The next is shook in their shoes, means to be very frightened, nervous. She shook in her shoes after the accident. The best option is tremble with fear. The next is in high spirits, means cheerful and full of hope and enthusiasm. When she came to know that she would receive an award that evening, she was in high spirits. The best option is full of hope and enthusiasm. The next is sharp practice, means clever but possibly dishonest. The firm is known for its sharp practices, so I would rather not deal with it. The best option is dishonest, means. The next is in the good books, means in favor with. I cleaned the bathroom yesterday, so I am in Mom's good books. The best option is in favor with. The next is fed up, means bored or unhappy, means especially with a situation that has continued for too long. I am fed up with her. She always keeps me waiting. The best option is annoyed. The next is a white elephant, means a costly but useless possession. The new office block has become an expensive white elephant means the best option is a costly but useless possession. The next is ins and outs means all the details, especially the complicated, difficult ones. Jatin knows the ins and outs of repairing computers. The best option is full details. The next is went to the winds means to be dissipated, to be utterly lost. All his hard work and sincerity went to the winds. When he failed to achieve the target, the best option is dissipated. The next is storm in a teacup means a lot of anger or worry about something that is not important. The argument at the office turned into a storm in a teacup. The best option is commotion over a trivial matter. The next is set their face against means to be determined to oppose somebody something. Mother had set her face against my saving music lesson with this teacher in the city. The best option is opposed strongly. The next is currying favor with means to try to get somebody to like or support by praising or helping him a lot. Ingratiating, trying too hard to please somebody. The government has promised lower taxes in an attempt to curry favor with the voters. The best option is ingratiating itself with. The next is to mince matters means to mix facts unduly. One must not mince matters, one must say what one means. The best option is to confuse issues. The next is take for granted means to presuppose as certainly true, to accept readily. We take so many things for granted in our houses. The best option is to accept readily. The next is high and dry means to leave someone helpless. They walked out of the party leaving me high and dry. The best option is neglected. The next is turn his head means to make a person feel too proud in a way that other people find annoying. Sudden prosperity has turned his head. The best option is changed his completely. The next is turns up her nose at means to reject, dismiss scornfully. He turned his nose up at my offer of soup. The best option is despises. The next is fell back means to move or turn back. Finally, the army at the LOC had to fall back. The best option is turn back. The next is ended in a fiasco means a total failure. Fiasco means something that doesn't succeed. The party ended in a fiasco. The best option is was an utter failure means complete failure. The next is cut him off without a shilling means disinherit or to refuse to let somebody receive any of your property after you have died. Mr. James cut their son off without a shilling. The best option is disinherited him. Next is fell through means not to be completed or not to happen. Hope or plans don't fall through. The best option is failed. The next is too many irons in the fire means to be involved in several activities, areas of business at the same time, hoping that at least one will successful. It is better if you don't have too many irons in the fire. The best option is engaged in too many enterprises at the same time. The next is let the cat out of the bag means to tell a secret carelessly or by mistake. Mom let cat out of the bag and told us that Akhil was engaged. The best option is told her about it unintentionally. The next is read between the lines means find more meanings than the words appear to express. Reading between the lines of the letter, she realized that her friend was in great trouble. The best option is find more meaning than the words appear to express. Threw down the globe means gave a challenge. Rajesh threw down the globe to his opponents. The best option is gave a challenge. The next is fought to the bitter end means continue fighting till the end and try winning regardless of consequences. The climbers fought to the bitter end till they reached the summit. The best option is carried on a contest regardless of the consequences. The next is to catch up with means to reach the same level or standard as somebody who was better or more advanced. Ramesh finally caught up with his brother in height. The best option is to come to their level. The next is the man in the street means an average ordinary person. The man in the street has little interest in literature. The best option is the ordinary man. The next is put his foot down means to be very strict in opposing what somebody wishes to do. Take a firm stand. She put her foot down and said, "We could not go to the carnival." The best option is asserted his authority. The next is came out of his shell means to become less shy or more confident while talking to other people. Sanju used to be very withdrawn, but he is really coming out of his shell now after joining the army. The best option is become more sociable. The next is playing to the gallery means to seek to win approval. Akshay is a competent actor, but he has a tendency to play to the gallery. The best option is appeasing the masses. The next is his blood ran cold means become very frightened. The thought of the damage such a bomb could do made my blood run cold. The best option is he was frightened. The next is man in the street means an ordinary person, the common man. The man in the street has little interest in literature. The best option is an ordinary person. The next is hadn't a leg to stand on means unable to prove something or explain why something is reasonable. He doesn't have a leg to stand on in this debate. The best option is did not have much hope of getting it. The next is gave vent to their feelings means to express a feeling, especially anger, strongly. Suman gave vent to her feeling by shouting at Sheila. The best option is to express. The next is bear with means to be patient with somebody something. Just bear with me while I finish downloading this file. The best option is have patience with. The next is blowing his own trumpet means praising oneself, boasting. Anyone will tell you she is one of the best journalists we have got, although she never blows her own trumpet. The best option is praising himself. The next is making hay while the sun shines means to make good use of opportunities, conditions, etc. while they last. Car sales have finally improved, so we are making hay while the sun shines. The best option is taking advantage of favorable opportunities. The next is laid down their arms. Stop means stop fighting. The prisoners were instructed to lay down their arms. The best option is surrendered. The next is over head and ears means completely very much. He was over head and ears in trouble. The best option is completely. The next is by fits and starts means impulsively and irregularly. A sincere student works regularly, not by fits and starts. The best option is irregularly. The next is to stand on his feet means to be independent and be able to take care of yourself. You should learn to stand on your own feet. The best option is to be independent. The next is a bone of contention means a subject which causes disagreement and arguments between people. The question of a fence between the houses has become a bone of contention. The best option is subject of dispute. The next is turn a deaf ear means ignored. Paid no attention. Sheila turned a deaf ear to our pleadings. The best option is paid no heed. The next is to take to heart means to be very upset by something that somebody says or does. She took the rejection of college to heart. The best option is to grieve over. The next is human service means very useful work. We should all put in human service to achieve success. The best option is excellent work. The next is to face the music means to be punished, to bear the consequences. He is prepared to face the music for his conduct at the meeting. The best option is to bear the consequences. The next is to put up with means to tolerate. I cannot put up with your constant complaining any longer. The best option is to tolerate. The next is to call it a day means to decide or agree to stop doing something. To retire I am tired. Let's call it a day. None of the above. A damp squib means an event that is disappointing because it is not so exciting or impressive as expected. The party turned out to be a bit of a damp squib. The best option is a disappointing result. The next is in cold blood means acting in a way that is deliberately cruel or with no pity. The killer walked up and shot the woman in cold blood. The best option is angrily. The next is to take someone for a ride means to cheat or trick somebody. Nowadays the salesman take us for a ride. The best option is to deceive someone. The next is to move heaven and earth means to do everything you possibly can in order to achieve something. I would move heaven and earth to get an apartment here. The best option is to try everything possible. The next is to smell a rat means to suspect that something is wrong about a situation. I don't think that this was an accident. I smell a rat. The best option is to be suspicious. The next is a bolt from the blue means an event or a piece of news which is sudden and unexpected, a complete surprise. She seemed to be very involved in her job, so her resignation came as a bolt from the blue. The best option is an unexpected event. The next is cold comfort, the fact that something that would normally be good doesn't make you happy because the whole situation is bad. It was cold comfort to the student that others had failed as he had done. The best option is slight satisfaction. The next is to be all at sea means confused and not knowing what to do. I am all at sea with these new rules and regulations. The best option is lost and confused. The next is to take to one's heels means to run away from somebody, something. As soon as the thief saw the police, he took to his heels. The best option is to run away. The next is to bite the dust means to fail. To be defeated or destroyed means to die. The soldier was too young to bite the dust. To die, none of the above. The next is to strain every nerve means to try as hard as you can do something. I was straining every nerve to catch what they were saying. The best option is to make utmost effort. The next is to flog a dead horse means to waste your effort by trying to do something that is no longer possible. He was warned again and again, but now I think there is no use flagging a dead horse. The best option is to attempt to do the impossible. The next is to sow a clean pair of heels means to escape by superior speed. To outrun Sam showed them all a clean pair of heels as he raced for the finishing line. The best option is to escape. The next is to die in harness means to die while in service, job, work. My friend Rashi died in harness. The best option is to die while in service. The next is to feather one's nest means to make oneself rich, especially in a way that is wrong and dishonest. Ravis feathered his nest through his connection with big business houses. The best option is to profit in a dishonest way. The next is a bolt from the blue means a complete surprise. She seemed to be very involved in her job, so her resignation came as a bolt from the blue. The best option is unexpected. The next is sailing in the same boat means to be in the same difficult situation. Everyone's got too much work. We are all sailing in the same boat. The best option is being in the same difficult situation. The next is gift of the gab, the ability to speak easily and to persuade other people with your words. My brother really has the gift of my brother really has the gift of gab. He can convince anyone of anything. The best option is ability to speak well. The next is to keep the wolf from the door means to have enough money to avoid going hungry or to stop somebody feeling hungry. I don't make a lot of money. It is just enough to keep the wolf from the door. The best option is escape starvation. The next is soft option means a choice which is thought to be easier because it involves less effort, difficulty, etc. The instructor took the soft option and gave the boy a passing grade. The best option is easy and agreeable option. The next is a little gush of gratitude means a feeling of thankfulness. I felt a little gush of gratitude when I met her at the airport. The best option is friendly feeling. The next is to lose ground means to lose an advantage for yourself, to become less popular. Good restaurants are losing ground to less expensive, more informal places that have opened all around the city. The best option is to become less popular. The next is to fall back on means to go to somebody for support, to have something to use when you are in difficulty. I fall back on old friends in time of need. The best option is to seek support out of necessity. The next is to make one's blood boil means to make somebody extremely angry. Whenever my son criticizes his father, it makes my blood boil. the best option is to make somebody furious. The next is to speak one's mind, means to say exactly what one thinks in a very direct way. One should speak out one's mind rather than agree with everything that is said. The best option is to express one's thought. The next is to make a mountain of a molehill, means to make an unimportant matter seem important. You are making a mountain of a molehill. You wrote one bad essay. It doesn't mean you are going to fail. The best option is to give importance to little things. The next is hand in glove, means working closely with somebody, especially in a secret and or illegal way. The teacher and the principal work hand in glove. The best option is in close relationship. The next is to add fuel to the fire, means a thing that is said or done that makes something, especially an argument, continue or get worse. Shouting at a crying child just adds fuel to the fire. The best option is to cause additional anger. The next is wear and tear, means the damage to objects, furniture, property, etc. that is the result of normal use. This sofa shows a lot of wear and tear. We should replace it. The best option is damage. The next is gift of the gab, means the ability to speak easily. My brother really has the gift of the gab. He can convince anyone of anything. The best option is talent for speaking. The next is went a long way, means to last a long time, covers a large area. Your plan went a long way in helping us with our problem. The best option is helped considerably. The next is cope with, means to deal successfully with something difficult or manage. I don't think I can cope with any more trouble. The best option is handle. The next is at the 11th hour, means at the last possible moment, just in time. She always revises for her exam set. The 11th hour, the best option is at the very last moment. The next is maiden speech, means first speech. Margaret Thatcher maiden speech was one of the most successful ones. The best option is first speech. The next is run down, means to criticize somebody, something in an unkind way. Please stop running me down all the time. The best option is criticize. The next is to make both ends meet, means to earn just enough money to be able to buy the things you need. I have to work at two jobs to make both ends meet. The best option is to live within one's income. The next is pore over, to examine, to look at or read something very carefully. Shepherd over the report. She pored over the reports looking for errors. The best option is go through. The next is crossed swords, means to fight or argue with somebody. Rina and Meena always cross swords with each other. The best option is disagreed. The next is stand still, means a situation in which all activity or movement has stopped. The accident brought the work to a standstill. The best option is complete halt. The next is cool as cucumber, means very calm and controlled, especially in a difficult situation. The politician kept cool as a cucumber throughout the interview with the aggressive journalist. The best option is not nervous or emotional. The next is a close save means a narrow escape. The car passed so close to us, it was really a close save. The best option is narrow escape from danger. The next is had gone down the rain means to be wasted or to get very much worse or go down the plug hole. All his savings are going down the drain ever since he has taken to gambling. The best option is was lost forever. Thank you. Please subscribe the channel and like and share the video with your family and friends. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.